We have to talk about a political earthquake that is shaking the foundations of the White House. The controversy surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein files is escalating dramatically, and instead of a measured, accountable response, what we are witnessing is the preparation for a full-scale revenge campaign from the Trump administration. This is not about policy. This is not about transparency. This is not about getting justice for the victims. It is pure, unadulterated political retaliation. What we're seeing is the weaponization of a genuinely serious, horrific issue, the release of the Epstein files, to go after political rivals. This is the classic Donald Trump playbook when he feels cornered, and honestly, even when he doesn't. The immediate reaction is to lash out. Now, some of you might be asking, if Trump is now claiming he wanted the files released, why the need for a scorched earth revenge campaign? It's because the initial public stance, yes, release the files, was a political necessity, not a genuine desire. He was backed into a corner. The truth is simple and obvious. Trump did not want these files released. He spent months trying to block the effort. He attacked the bill, seeking their release. He mocked the idea that there was any story there, calling it a hoax. He told his inner circle he did not want the documents out, and now he's pretending he wanted it all along. But here's the logical knot he can't untangle. If you wanted the files out, why are you threatening retribution against the people who voted to release them? You can't have it both ways. The fact that he is preparing a massive political hit job confirms the simple truth. He fought the transparency because he thought it would hurt him. He lost that fight. Trump fought the release, and then he gave a reluctant political blessing to House Republicans only when the political cost of blocking the files became higher than the potential cost of letting them out. And they clearly have a plan: redaction, scrubbing names, or using ongoing investigations as an excuse to delay, as Pam Bondi has already suggested. The public demanded transparency. Trump resisted, he lost, and now, according to Politico, the plan is to, quote, make Democrats regret it. That is a threat, and Trump loves threatening people. White House officials are already naming targets for this political punishment campaign. We are talking about figures like Bill Clinton, Hakeem Jeffries, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman. Anyone who had an association with Epstein is now going to become collateral damage in this campaign of vengeance. Let me be clear, none of this is justice. This is Trump turning the immense power of the executive branch into a personal vengeance machine. The files are coming out, so now he's looking for payback. The administration is not waiting. They are already reportedly directing the Department of Justice to investigate Epstein's ties to Democrats and financial institutions. Notice what is missing from that directive. Donald Trump's ties are not part of the inquiry. This is the smoking gun that proves his motivation. He's not doing this because he cares about accountability, rule of law, or the victims. He is doing this because he sees a prime political opportunity to take the heat and the attention off of himself. Meanwhile, they are actively trying to rewrite history, pretending he always wanted the files out. Again, I ask you, if he always wanted the files out, why the threats of retribution now? It doesn't add up because it's not meant to add up. This is grievance politics as the highest form of governance. The political right loves to accuse the left of being driven by grievances, but the sheer volume of retribution and score settling coming from the MAGA movement is unmatched. Think back to the lead up to his campaign for a second term. His mission statement has been clear and consistent. I will be your retribution. That is a promise to run an administration built on settling scores and addressing perceived personal slights. Whether it's targeting investigators, special prosecutors, journalists, critics, or anyone who has ever covered him critically, this is the context. The release of the Epstein files is not just a scandal in and of itself. It has become an opportunity for Trump to once again weaponize the federal government, to transform it into an extension of his personal anger and vindictiveness. He promised the country this would be the focus of a second term, and he is trying to deliver on that mission statement using this sensitive and critical issue as his latest political cudgel. I truly hope these files come out. But based off the statements from people like Pam Bondi, I do not believe we are going to get the full, unredacted, undoctored files without a fight. They are going to use the pretext of an ongoing investigation to try and suppress or heavily edit them. We covered that yesterday, and it remains a serious concern. The core question for the American public is whether Trump will succeed in his revenge tour, because that's all he knows how to do. And it's not just about the Epstein files anymore. This vengeance is already spilling over into other areas. Donald Trump is now setting his sights on a group of Democratic lawmakers, members of the House and Senate, who dared to suggest that the military should be prepared not to follow unlawful orders. Think about that. Lawmakers suggesting the military adhere to the Constitution and the law, and the White House response is more retaliation. It's revenge all the way down. This is the clear and present danger of a president who views the highest office in the land not as a place of service, but the ultimate tool for personal vendetta. The Epstein scandal is a tragedy, and its exploitation for political gain only deepens that moral injury. We must demand genuine accountability, not just a partisan hit job. We will continue to follow this story as the files or the heavily redacted versions of them are eventually released. If you believe, like I do, that the use of government power for personal revenge is fundamentally unacceptable, then make sure your voice is heard. Thank you for watching. Stick around for our next video where we dive into Trump's dangerous targeting of military preparedness. And please, if you want to stay ahead of these critical stories, hit the subscribe button on YouTube right now and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our uploads.